time for Measure Twice.
Welcome to Measure Twice. I'm Rob Perugini, along with Chris Kramer from C. Kramer Interiors and Joel Graber from Graber Custom Remodeling. This is the show that helps you envision your home's potential, and you're listening to us on Michiana's News Talk 95.3 MNC. We're brought to you by Leatherman Supply. Everything windows, doors, cabinets, and countertops, with the showroom now open in Granger, next to C. Kramer Interiors and Hoosier Hardwood Floors, Michiana's trusted and valued experts on hardwood floors. You can visit them at HoosierHardwoodFloors.com. Wow, what a nice winter day we have here in May. Jeez,
May 1st.
Gosh,
or 2nd.
It feels like April Fool's Day. Like,
well,
you said there was. Joel said there was like snow mix hitting the windshield.
Mix on the way in for sure.
Do you want to build a snowman?
Not right now.
No, I want
to see green grass, green trees, flowers, and I want some warmth.
Yeah, I want sunblock.
Well, I'm getting some of those things. I just went the warm with it.
Well, and I'm ready for the. I'm still building my ark.
It's not done.
It's not done.
I know. I was kind of mad at the lawn guy who feeds my lawn, makes me like the showcase of the neighborhood. And I'm like, did we not hire him again? Like, did I? And my wife had to remind me, she's like, it's rained for 6 weeks straight. I'm like, when's he going to, what's going on? It's just been nuts. But you know what? That's why we live in Indiana.
Because we're nuts?
Yeah. Look at all the trucks that are driving around with them. But today we have a really cool topic. And this is something that we talk about from time to time. And it's the hidden spaces in your house, like for storage and stuff like that. Places that you don't normally think, or you have to be kind of creative to figure that you have those spaces. Because they're in your house. There are places in your house that you're not really using that are there that you can kind of implement some storage or even something extra. Mm-hmm. Like let's say you have a window that's just there. You can put seating in front of it or something like that. Not just storage, right? Like there are things. And I just want to start with like your kitchen and move out, because if you look at kitchen cabinets from way back, corners of kitchen cabinets often ended up, especially the lower cabinets, like wasted space because there was no real technology to get back there in the corner.
There'd be stuff put in the back corner that you didn't see for a decade.
Yeah, exactly. It's where you stashed your money. Like you put your jewels back there because you weren't going back. You know what I mean? Like that deep corner.
Yeah, nobody would ever think to look there.
No, right.
They wouldn't even waste their time.
No, and like you have to be Chris or I size to get back there. You have to like walk back there, like to get, But now, there's pull-out drawers that you can put in there. There's like even Lazy Susans are kind of going away, and they're never really going to go away because it's so common. But like there are actually maybe better solutions to corner cabinets than Lazy Susans, because of the technology that you can do. There's the pull out, right? That's the term. Like they're pull out drawers at that point. That kind of
there's the hidden corner pull outs.
That's been there the whole time, and could you install those if you, let's say you have like kind of older cabinets and you don't want to redo them? Could you take that corner cabinet and install those, or do you need to have that happen when the cabinet's being built?
I mean, you could. I suppose you could, but boy, I think about that and I'm like, man, that would be such a pain to get in there and try to get that installed.
You'd have to be.
Please don't ask me to do it.
You'd have to be one of the little people.
Yeah,
to do that to get in there.
It'd be easier to replace it.
Yeah, that if you look around, like I guess there was there's like been a turning point with cabinets, like everything else, like windows or countertops and stuff like that, where it's modern cabinetry is a lot. Technology's helped out modern cabinetry a lot, like with stuff.
Like what?
Like drawer, like thanks, Chris. The old softball.
Yeah.
But you know, with cabinet, with
Soft closed doors, soft closed drawers,
the
Pull-outs,
you name it,
tray storage pull-outs, spice pull-outs.
right?
But one of my favorite things is the double silverware drawer, where you can
Pretty amazing.
where you can have double and just one slides back over the other. Man,
Why did it take this long to come up with that? Because now, when you look at it, it's like, wow, that's kind of a simple solution.
sometimes I wonder if we didn't have the component parts yet.
You
Right.
wouldn't have had that, yeah.
And then all of a sudden, it's like somebody thought, hey, if we invent this glide system, we can do this.
Yeah, I mean, right now, I'm thinking of my own drawer, and it's like, it's not really a mess, but you know, it's not really organized. I mean, you know, the forks are in one place, but
I'll say we all have a junk drawer.
oh my god, if you could solve the drunk drawer, it's my drunk drawer.
Your drunk drawer.
Where I go when I got tied one on. No, if you could solve the junk drawer problem that everybody in the world has, you'd be a trillionaire.
It'll
What I
never,
would love is if I only had one.
When you have plural junk drawers, that's
Yeah. Oh, man.
the junk drawer will never go away.
I don't think it will.
No.
Where do you put your junk drawer? Is it in the kitchen, or is it in like?
Oh, Joel, like Joel said, how many do you? I've got multiples.
You might have a separate. You have a junk drawer that's other than the kitchen junk drawer.
Oh yeah, I've got one in the dining room. I've got one in the laundry room because I didn't have room in the kitchen for a junk drawer because I didn't have any drawers.
So
So
you're one junk drawer down.
I had such minimal cabinetry that you couldn't afford to have a junk drawer.
But
But that's gone now.
what's amazing about a junk drawer is that you're in it all the time.
Every time, every day. I know I put that tape measure somewhere.
There it is. There's 6 tape measures in here.
Where's the Scotch tape?
I know I got a pencil or a pen somewhere in here.
I need a Hall's cough drop.
Wait, that's in the back corner.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Melted
And it's 6 years old.
But it still works.
Menthol does not go bad. it's eating through the wood, actually.
Yeah.
It's like a mothball.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I ate a mothball or a Hall's Mentholytics. I'm not sure which one.
Either ways it works.
The beauty of a junk drawer is it's easy to empty.
You just dump it
Yeah.
out. Right? You can actually start over.
Yeah. Yeah.
You could have a collection of junk bags that were old junk drawers that you just
And
empty.
then you start weeding through it. Oh, I need this. Oh, wait,
Yeah.
I need that.
Yeah, you want that. How many sets of tiny eyeglass screwdrivers do I need?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they all get lost in there. I have a sewing kit in there, like with those little sewing
Yep.
kits that never stays together. I need like a steel one because I always like when I go for it, the top always comes off.
Yeah.
And then, you know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
And have I ever actually used a sewing kit? I've never used one, but I
I
have
use
one.
the needles to pull out splinters.
That's exactly that's it's really a first aid kit with thread. That's all it
Well,
is.
you can stitch it if you need to. So.
I could, yeah, right. If it's really bad, I can
You watch Rambo.
I can close that up. That's like
That's funny.
you need it. You know what? I've determined you need a junk drawer, and you also need a remote control drawer.
Ugh.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe
But
I'm
they'll
old
still never
technology.
make it into the drawer.
You're right, because you need your. Where did I put that thing? Oh, it's in that
Yeah.
stupid box or drawer. I got to get it out again.
And here's the thing with that is they're solving that problem because even my TV's voice activated now. I don't actually need to use my remote control. I can just tell my television.
Really?
Yeah,
That's new? Is that new?
I don't think so.
Is it connected to like?
Yeah,
Alexa?
yeah.
Oh. See,
But you could connect
I
it
don't
to
do that.
Google.
I don't have Alexa
I know
or
you guys
anything
are-
else.
They're off the grid, ladies and gentlemen.
No, I just don't want it.
Yeah. I shouldn't want it because, like, I need another know-it-all in the house.
This is another thing. This is like already listening to everything we're talking about, and I get ads.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
No, it's listening. Yeah. You get fed remote control commercials now because we're talking about it.
Do you know they have remote control light switches?
Yes.
Wi-Fi
Yeah.
light switches? I had no idea.
My son-in-law and daughter, they don't ever go to a light switch in their house. They just walk in and it either goes on, but if they don't want it to go on, they say shut off and they shut off.
Well, I'm talking about the one that you can, turn on and off. It's controlled by Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
It'll communicate with the wired switch across the room.
Yeah.
Yeah, aren't we talking about the same thing?
I had no idea. I didn't know that existed.
Yeah, they can turn their lights on before they get home.
Because I'm.
You know, like, and their garage door.
Because you're in a space where you can't get a wire to
Yeah.
Oh, like that?
Yeah. So
Like Tesla stuff.
they want to add a light switch in the hallway at my house where you can't run wiring, but they can run the conduit up from the basement,
Right.
and it'll be a wireless. It's not really wireless, but it's a Wi-Fi controlled light switch.
Wow. So it's not hooked in. Wow.
It's wired. It is. It does
It's got
have a
power to
It has
it.
power to it, but it's not connected to anything else. So it uses Wi-Fi to communicate.
Wow. All right. When we come back, although they were technically space-saving things, let's get into some of this kooky technology stuff that's coming out. This is Measure Twice. Welcome back to Measure Twice. I'm Rob Perugini, along with Joel Graber from Graber Custom Remodeling and Chris Kramer from C. Kramer Interiors. This is the show that helps you envision your home's potential, and you're listening to us on Michiana's News Talk 95.3 MNC. We're brought to you in part by Leatherman Supply, everything windows, doors, cabinets, and countertops, with the showroom now open in Granger next to C. Kramer Interiors, and Hoosier Hardwood Floors, Michiana's trusted and valued experts on hardwood floors. You can visit them at HoosierHardwoodFloors.com. We're talking about the hidden spaces. We started with the kitchen and the corner cabinet and all the solutions that are just lurking in there with modern technology that's still made of wood. But technically, people
Not all
thought
of
through
it.
stuff. No, you're right. Not all of it is. But I was, doing the research, and I'm looking at different articles, and I'm at, I believe it was on How's magazine. I'm going to turn this. I'm going to find the picture and show you guys. This blew my mind right here. If you guys can look and see this, that's the ceiling.
What am I looking at?
They're bookshelves put into the ceiling.
Oh, for Pete's sake!
Why?
Why?
The same thing.
How do you get to them?
So let me describe it for the radio audience here. So you have just picture your ceiling, and let's say your rafters are open.
They open the floor joists.
The floor joists. So within the floor joists, they made bookshelves in there, and
how is that? Are they like
they're
stacked behind the books stacked behind each other?
Well,
I can't tell from the picture.
It doesn't look like it. It looks like they're just one book deep. Just like
but there's multiple rows, right?
Yes. So
Is that a ladder?
That is not. That is the stairs to upstairs or an attic.
Is that an attic?
Something. Yeah, it looks like an attic. In this picture, I believe that would be a loft if I had to. I think. But
That's
heavens
not
no.
Loft.
But my
That's
point.
just a ladder to
some.
the open.
It's got to be.
But there's no way to get to these books.
Well, there has to be. Are you sure that angle is not a ladder?
I'm
I
sure.
think that
I'm
is a
sure
ladder.
it's.
But
So you think it's a ladder that unhooks?
maybe.
So maybe.
And maybe it slides. Oh man! But how do you get to the? That makes no sense.
Yeah.
No.
That's why I couldn't wait to show you that picture. Normally, I would save this for the last segment because it's exciting, but
That's not exciting.
No.
This is.
That's a head scratcher.
Yeah, if you have so many books that you have to open up your floor joists to use them as bookshelves, you need to donate to a library.
I wonder if the floor joists were already exposed.
Well, probably.
And they thought, what can we do up there? I have all these extra books. I know.
It just seems strange.
Very strange.
It just seems
It
strange.
also feels very unpractical.
Mm-hmm.
Impractical.
But there is an A+ idea here.
What is it?
And it's
painting
like,
your floor joists white?
well, yeah. No, my A+ idea is like, well, A for effort, right? You did find some hidden space there. I mean, it did accomplish, realistically, it did accomplish having books stored somewhere.
Now, if that were a bookstore,
Okay, right.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Right, but you're sitting on your couch underneath these books. I like and picture it
Gathering
like,
dust.
well, they're gathering dust, and they're probably working their way off that bookshelf. One day you'd be Isaac Newton on
What's
that.
the rest of what's under? Is there? I can't
They
tell.
tiered it.
It's hard to see all the details.
So there was the
There you go. Is that better for
floor
you?
joists are open.
Yeah.
And they added underneath it
A shelf.
another, basically that mimics the floor joists. So it looks like rafters, but it's not really. And it's built out into the room also. It's just
It's not all ideas are good.
Is that under what not to do?
No.
Oh.
No, they talk it up. They say
Really?
it's a great idea. Yeah.
Okay.
A great way to get your books off the floor and out of the room to make the room bigger.
how,
You know
up
they
there.
call bookshelves.
yeah.
There's a such thing as a bookshelf.
Yeah, I know. And then what do you do?
Opens, man.
You need a 40-inch vertical leap to get your books down.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Because
Yeah. Yeah.
there's a stairway. If you could picture the picture, you can go to house.com. Hidden Space Ideas is the article, and look. But those stairs go to a loft or something. They're not detachable.
Those don't look like they go to anything, frankly.
Right. I feel like this is a test room at house.com that they build. You know what I mean? I don't think this is an actual house. You know?
I don't know.
But I will tell you, I don't think that it's a great.
If somebody
great look.
asked me to do that, I'd probably talk with them about maybe trying to find a different solution.
They say if you're in the name of the article, house.com, and let's give credit here, tapping into the hidden storage space in your home. That's on house.com. And they say if your home is starting to bear a strong resemblance to the bookstore around the corner, 1, I'm jealous. 2, here's a unique way to acquire some additional storage. The idea of getting rid of even one book pains me, but to no end. So head for the rafters and get creative. It's more like.
So is that an attic space? Then maybe that's an attic space.
It does.
Regardless.
Regardless, I think the implication there is that
And
the
they're
rafters.
paperbacks. Oh,
Yeah.
Those are not first edition.
no. And they're not leather bound. Oh,
But so
get
the,
rid of them.
the article is a good article. They just happen to have one example that's just
That is pretty
bizarre.
wild.
It's an extreme example.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's kind of bizarre. But less bizarre is like if you have stairs and an open wall on the stairs, that is kind of, you can open up under the stairs.
Yeah.
Oh, all the
properly.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they do, and so not to beat the article up too much, they do have some really neat like stair ideas of just putting shelves there. It's a way, but you've built closets under there, right? You've built like hidden, not necessarily hidden storage, but like not shelves, but like a little closet underneath.
I mean, we put drawers underneath, and it depends on what you want to do with that space.
But it can be a good space if you have stairs and they're exposed to the
Yeah,
the room.
you just have wasted space if you're not going to use, depending on how it's laid out.
Right. Generally, under the stairs is open. It's not like there's a bunch of framing under the stairs.
Or it's just framed in and not used at all.
Exactly. So if it's a wall that's walled off, there could be room back there.
Oh, there is room back there.
There is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because they're not putting like venting and stuff under that.
No.
Generally, that's not what's going on.
No, I mean, you can't. I mean, what are you venting to?
Yeah.
Right.
We've done them where we've made it a play area under the stairs for the kids, bar.
area.
Working on now where they're putting bookshelves inside and there's room for a small chair.
Yeah, that's one of the pictures. Maybe it's not in this particular article where they have that.
Oh, banquettes, window seats.
Yeah, window seats are another thing. That's what I was saying. Like if you have like a window that protrudes like a bay window or something like that.
It doesn't even have to be a bay window.
Yeah,
No.
it could just be just a regular window.
Yep.
And I think that's
And it could be drawers or like that one showing a lid that lifts for storage, but you can also do drawers instead. So
Yeah.
Oh, you mean like
In a
instead
window
of like
seat.
instead
of the top lifting up, you
You
pull
can
Right.
just pull drawers out. Just depends on what you need.
and
the space you have.
Yep.
it looks not like you can make it so that it looks like it was always there, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
It should look like it's always there.
right. Now that's something you would have to build in, right? If
Typically.
right, there's not like you go get furniture that fits it.
No, it's
It's better looking if it's built in.
yeah.
Right. And in this case, they did a nice little like architectural design on it. You know, like what is that called when they box in?
Paneled?
Paneled.
Mm-hmm. We've seen them where bookshelves are on the side.
Mm-hmm.
So you can sit there and read or whatever.
In this one, we'll get to this one in a second. But here you go. This one they covered up there. There's a picture where they covered up the like old school
Radiators.
Radiators.
We've done that before, yeah.
Does that work?
Yeah.
Does the radiator still work?
Yeah. That's why you have the mesh in the front so that the heat still radiates out.
It's kind of neat because anybody's ever touched a radiator learns not to touch them anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that actually works
That's the
really
hot
nice.
seat.
It's a nice, yeah.
It's the hot seat. I was thinking the same thing. You're just like, that is the warmest seat in the place.
Isn't that pretty though?
But
Look
it
how
did. They
with
really
the
did
bolstered pillows and the drapes. It looks comfort. It looks inviting.
Yeah. It's very cozy. And then above, like they kind of boxed it in.
Yep.
So they took the top of the window that ends to the ceiling and made it a shelf.
Yep.
Which is
Isn't
kind
that
of neat.
It's lovely,
I think that's a good idea.
especially with the baskets.
Yep.
There's
Kristen,
one.
wrap it on baskets.
Do you not like the baskets?
No, I don't mind them.
There's one now. I don't know. We don't have enough time. So when we come back, there's one more bizarro one I want to show you guys.
No, can't
When we
wait.
come back, this is Measure Twice. Welcome back to Measure Twice. I'm Rob Perugini, along with Chris Kramer from C. Kramer Interiors and Joel Graber from Graber Custom Remodeling. This is the show that helps you envision your home's potential, and you're listening to us on Michiana's News Talk 95.3 MNC. We're brought to you in part by Leatherman Supply, everything windows, doors, cabinets, and countertops, and their showrooms in Granger next to C. Kramer Interiors, and Hoosier Hardwood Floors. Michiana's trusted and valued experts on hardwood floors. You could visit them at HoosierHardwoodFloors.com, and I'm sure they'll make a hidden door in your floor if you wanted. I'm sure they'd do that. Little secret space under the floor, like you see in all those like old detective movies. It's where they stash the loot, Joel.
That's where the loot goes.
That's where the loot is. You're looking for loot.
I thought it was in the back of the cabinet. That
Well,
you can't get to.
you know what?
Could be. You'll find all the Tupperware.
Lids. That's where all the lids go.
That's where they go to die.
Just find lids and socks back there. That's funny. But you know what? You could I don't know if that's hidden space on purpose though. Like that's your creating. You could create furniture that has hidden space in it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like behind a drawer, like a half drawer or something like that. You know, we're not talking about like secret space. You know, that would be secret.
Just stuff that's unused that could be.
Well, I think people are walking around their house, and there's places that you just never go, don't use, and you can look there first to try to get some extra space. Is I think the gist of what we're talking about here. But here's something interesting that I don't think is a bad like crazy, even though I will go into something that I think is crazy in a second. But docking drawers, I think. If you were to say docking drawer to somebody in 1998, they'd be like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah.
You know, like what? But nowadays, powering your electronics can be a real issue in an older house because they just weren't designed around it at all. You know, I think modern houses, they probably, you know,
That's taken into consideration.
Yeah, but if you have a house that's 20 years old, probably it wasn't.
Right. Yeah.
You know. So you have to figure that stuff out. And I thought like creating a docking drawer, taking a drawer from a desk or something you have, taking it out, you could probably modify that with, and this, if you can see the picture here, they basically took a fancy power strip and affixed it to the back of a drawer.
Yeah.
It's not uncommon.
Yeah. And it actually, you can still use the drawer.
Yeah.
Because all that stuff is in the back of the drawer.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like a fire hazard.
I don't know.
Really warm in there.
Actually, Joel, is it a fire hazard to do that?
Not really.
Okay. I'm like,
You're not pulling enough.
I was joking.
Yeah.
well, I mean, you know.
You get warm in there probably.
I'm looking at one charger in particular that I probably wouldn't put in a drawer. Do you see the boxy one? When you see that big box on the end of your the end of your charger for your laptop, if it's older, I would put my hand on that to see how hot it gets.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because the older ones should not be enclosed in anything when you're plugging them in. They should be in the open.
Yeah.
Because they're designed, they're shaped that way so they cool off.
Right.
So that one I think I probably wouldn't do. Like if you have like the flat ones,
I don't know. That one looks
okay.
It looks like a low voltage. That's what that one looks like to me.
Well,
It looks like it is more because of the plug on it and the way that is run into the computer.
it's probably
That looks to me like it's more like
like an iPad charger, not necessarily a laptop charger. That's what it looks like.
It looks like it's converting it to low voltage. So if you're that in that case, you're not.
That one's not a big deal.
That's not going to get.
And I think the newer, I think if it's only a couple years old, they've kind of ended that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, if you have a laptop that's like 5 years old, I would probably feel it before I did that.
Most of the time, like, how many people are actually charging their laptops in a drawer, though?
Yeah, right.
I see it for like your phone.
Well, they have
if you have an iPad.
They have one right here.
I know. I see that. Yeah. I see it for your phone, your iPad, stuff like that.
But I like the idea of having a drawer.
Headphones. Like we have so many headphones that need to be charged.
Yeah.
Like, I get that.
Yeah.
Like that would make sense.
I think it's cool to have a drawer though, because it's away.
It gets it off the counter.
Yeah. Chris must love that because he won't put anything on his counter.
What's that on my counters? Very little.
But we're saying that like having a drawer that puts all those cords away, so they're not out. That's kind of a big deal, I think.
I think so too. I think so too.
I'm glad you think so. But the really crazy thing here, I think we're going to need Chris's input on this one because this is going to. I don't know. I predict that. I predict Chris isn't going to love this one.
Well, let's see it.
Basically, just hide your stuff behind.
See that?
Hide your stuff behind the drapes.
Oh heavens, no!
I'm not kidding. This article was fantastic until that moment, and I'm at Martha Stewart, which usually it's pretty
hidden storage ideas.
Yeah, 9 hidden storage ideas that perfectly conceal appliances, accessories, and more. Right, and so that's where the drawer idea was. I think that's a great idea. Put your stuff in a drawer.
Docking drawer.
Docking drawer. Okay, great idea. Scroll down. Okay. Sneaking storage behind full-length drapery is a great way to make the most of your space. What? Put it behind the curtains?
I mean, that's like my kids with their clothes and just stuffing their dirty clothes under their bed.
Yeah, like what?
You go clean your room, and then you go up 5 minutes later, everything's stuffed under the bed. Like that doesn't make any sense. Do they have other pictures of it? Because right now it doesn't. I can't tell what.
Well, there's nothing behind these drapes. You could tell they're going straight down. Chris, would you ever give that a solution? It's like,
No.
I got this great idea.
No. Put it behind the drapes?
We're just going to put your stuff behind these drapes. Never mind that bulge underneath the window. I don't understand. Like, I know we're kind of pooping all over this, but it took a good article and just dumped it on the floor.
Yeah.
But I've done, so this is from the article from marthastewart.com, which is a great article up until this point. 9 hidden storage ideas that perfectly conceal appliances, accessories, and more. That's the name of the article at marthastewart.com. Give them credit. And then they say, sneaking storage behind full-length drapery is a great way to make the most of your space. I've done this in every room in my home. This is especially useful if you have through-wall air conditioners. What? You can't block an air conditioner with drapes.
That's where they store their vacuum too, huh?
I suppose.
That's crazy.
Her trick to build out a small soffit on either side of the window to match the depth of the air conditioner projection, and then screw the curtain rod brackets to that so the soffit is inset in the wall. You follow along what they're doing? They're kind of like faking you out.
Yep.
So if you look, these drapes, it's built out over here,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's shelving behind that. So it still makes no sense to me.
No, that's
like saying, hey, make your bed higher off the ground so you can throw more clothes under it. Like,
Yeah.
It's exactly what you said.
yeah.
That's nuts. My advice is to not do that.
Yeah, agreed.
I think most yeah. Jeez.
So this is kind of okay. So this is secondarily a dumb idea.
Not one of the more practical ones.
But how about this? Faux books. Come on, Martha Stewart. You're better than that.
Faux books.
Faux books. Hide valuables in faux books.
Yeah. That's nothing new.
That's not new, but it's
Like,
dumb.
Why? They're kind of cool.
Okay.
I have a couple.
oh, you're not supposed to tell people.
Yeah.
Well, I
now
mean,
they're
they're
not.
not-
Now you have to change
But
them.
I use them for decor, not for storage anything. But they're they open. They look like a book, but they are a box. Essentially, they're a box.
So I'm glad you mentioned that because there's a company that will sell you books for decoration and they prepare them. Like, so you send your color scheme and a picture.
I can hide my different handguns around the house.
You could, but this isn't about this company doesn't do it
could.
for hiding.
Okay.
This company, you send them a picture of your house, the color scheme that you're looking at. They go and curate books with that color scheme in the order, and then they glue them together, and they send them to you, and then you put them just like you
Yeah,
said.
just put them in a bookshelf.
Yeah.
Nobody will ever think you've got anything in there other than books.
So my question is that we have a friend who organizes her books by color.
Okay.
So if you looked at her bookshelves, they kind of match the decor of her room.
Okay.
You wouldn't organize according to like what it is.
No,
Like
she doesn't
subject matter?
care. Yeah, she's just doing it for an aesthetic look.
That's that's a little too aesthetic.
It's over aesthetic.
Over aesthetic.
It gets kind
A
of
little
like
OCD.
yeah, that's what I mean. It's like, wait a minute. That's one of those things where you'd walk in and be like, something's different, and I can't quite put my
Books
finger on
aren't
it.
supposed to match your decor.
Right,
Books.
They're books.
they're books. But moving on, we're out of time. When we come back, we'll wrap it up with your hidden spaces in your house. This is Measure Twice. Welcome back to Measure Twice. I'm Rob Perugini, along with Joel Graber from Graber Customer Modeling and Chris Kramer from C. Kramer Interiors. This is the show that helps you envision your home's potential. And you're listening to us on Michiana's News Talk, 95.3 MNC. We're brought to you by Leatherman Supply, everything windows, doors, cabinets, and countertops, with the showroom now open in Granger next to C. Kramer Interiors and Hoosier Hardwood Floors. Michiana's trusted and valued experts on hardwood floors. You could visit them at HoosierHardwoodFloors.com. We're talking about those spaces that they're there and you're not using them, so you can use them for storage or seating or something something rather than nothing. How's that? And I was leaving the best room for last.
Ooh.
The bathroom. Now, I know that space behind the toilet is just being wasted. No, just kidding. But
That's not true. My boys are peeing all over it.
oh, that's true. They use it that's where they pee. I forgot about that. It's just an extension of the toilet.
Yeah, exactly.
And yours is carpeted too, so that's nice. You get to keep it for a long time.
Oh man, that's disgusting.
Yeah, we bring it up, but yet there's still carpeted bathrooms
I know.
all throughout here.
Oh, yes.
I mean,
No carpet should be in the bathroom, including no carpet should be on the toilet seat, too, the seat
that
cover.
warm, but then you don't have a warm place to sit.
Well, you have a shag toilet seat.
Ew.
That's pretty funny. But the bathroom has the most obvious thing that, out of all the things that we've been talking about, like most obvious is the medicine cabinet, the mirror. That's not gone away, right? That's still a thing.
No, that's
right?
very much a thing.
But they're not like it used to be, where it was just like a rectangular box that is kind of unattractive. They've come a long way. Like there's really kind of elegant ways to do that now. You know, like in this picture, can you see the picture?
Yeah.
I have them both open. I wish they were closed.
The mirror on the inside.
Yeah.
Oh, those are medicine cabinets?
Yeah. So
Yeah, they've come a long way now.
it's a two-sided mirror. That's the.
They're not cheap, but
Why aren't they cheap? I mean, what about why?
The mirror
What makes
just-
them expensive? Because they are kind of expensive.
it doesn't matter. Like even the quote unquote cheap medicine cabinets are expensive. I honestly don't know, because like the cheap ones are like legitimately cheaply made, and they're still
Oh, pretty expensive.
pretty expensive. So I don't know. I mean, the mirror.
I don't want to put you on the money too much here, Joel, but okay, like, how do you know? Because like you said, these medicine cabinets with storage and lighting built in and all that stuff, they're already more money, right? So they're already more money. But like you just said, some of them are still expensive, but they're cheaply made. What would you look for? Like, how do you know if you're getting one that's cheaply made? Is there anything at all that you
Medicine cabinet?
Some of them,
Yeah.
some of them are just like a real thin gauge metal box with cheap plastic or metal shelf. I've seen those a lot. We get rid of those a lot. Real thin mirror that on the door.
And then eventually they're gonna.
That stuff just doesn't hold up.
It's gonna make noise.
Yeah,
That's the
and they
first
rattle.
thing.
They're just not. Yeah.
I can't think of a time when I've used medicine cabinets.
So you're not putting them. You don't see them being
Not unless
installed.
it's specifically requested. Usually we take them out.
Well, I think sometimes when you might see, like, especially in the case of this article, they're dealing with people that might be living in apartments too a little bit.
For smaller spaces.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're. I mean, some of them are really nice looking.
Oh, yeah. Some of them have lighted mirrors in them.
And the space that you can get from having it there.
Well,
The problem is a lot of times they're on an exterior wall. It's like, man, that now you have issues with insulating and
yeah, because they set flush. So, but yeah.
If it's on an exterior wall, you're definitely giving. Unless you live in Florida or something.
Oh, why is my mouthwash cold?
it doesn't matter. It doesn't
My
matter
teeth
where
are
you're
sensitive.
at. You're dealing with you want to insulate your house regardless of where you live.
And so little things like, oh, well, it's no big deal to put a medicine cabinet in there. Well, it kind of is a big deal.
Yeah.
Because if you have a 3.5 foot uninsulated space in your bathroom and you're wondering why it's chilly in there,
Right.
that's why. But I thought that was interesting because if you were starved for space in your bathroom,
Yeah.
this is a way that you can gain some.
God, I don't have that much stuff in my bathroom.
This person has a lot. We're looking at a picture. If we can give you an idea, they look like, would you say they're like 3 feet by 4 feet or maybe 2? I don't know. They're big.
I mean, look like the
And there's
one
a-
looks like it just has a bunch of like little liquor shooters, like
They're jam packed with
Yeah.
stuff, by the way. I don't think anybody has that much stuff, really.
You want to bet?
there are people.
But you know what I'm hearing Chris say? Let me read between the lines there. You're seeing people use cabinetry in
Yeah, we're not
bathrooms
doing
now, as opposed to the old medicine cabinet.
Yeah, we're not really doing medicine cabinets unless again it's specifically requested.
Right, because you can cover that ground with cabinets now. Like even looking at this, if you had a center cabinet that even didn't come,
Yeah.
you could store.
I don't
all
know
this
that would have enough room for a center cabinet.
There's no way.
That'd be too crowded.
So in this case, the medicine cabinet is pretty good. And then if I scroll down a little bit, they have baskets underneath.
Well, it's
there.
like you said, that could be a small space, or it could be a smaller home that they don't have a lot of storage, and that they're maximizing their storage.
Or if you have like
Well,
your bathroom shaped like a galley, like it's more.
Well, it makes
long.
me think of, because Chris is working on a project for some folks that need space in their bedrooms. And what do you design? You designed what?
The built-ins.
Built-ins are
For the bed wall, and the bed will slide push back into the built-ins, because these bedrooms are only like 9 by 10.
Okay, so like they're the
Tiny.
9 by 10. Wow,
it's about as the minimum you can have for it to actually be a bedroom.
Yeah, because there's and one of the bedrooms doesn't have a window.
Wow.
So we're adding mirrors behind the built-in to reflect.
They're
some
gonna
light.
they're gonna pad all the walls.
I was to say this is the Oingo Boingo room.
Yeah.
But we figured that's the best because there's no room for dressers. The closets are small, so this will maximize storage and utilize the space better.
So let me ask,
And that's just recreating a space to accommodate storage.
Mm-hmm.
But that's really what we're talking about.
Yeah,
right?
to make
Like,
storage.
how do you do this?
And then they wanted a
This is
desk.
That's a great idea.
So let me ask you though.
We did it.
Around the bed then. So if you're in that bed, is it like 3 feet of solid board next to your
No.
head?
Well, no. So it's hard to describe, but they wanted a desk because one of them works when they're here, and they needed a space. So the wall is 9 feet 6 inches wide, and so we have to So we did a built-in on the walls that we left the center section like nightstand height, under cabinet lighting, with cabinets above. So that they
And
were
a desk area is not going to be any more than like 24 inches.
30. It's not even that deep. So, but we made it 32 inches wide, and for a desk, and then we had 18 inches wide on the other side, which is a little tight against the wall for a bed, but it's functional that way.
Right. Well, if you're 9 feet,
But they have
something's got to give.
Yeah.
They have upper storage on both sides of the bed, and then they wanted like a bridge going across with recessed lights shining down on the bed, and then up open above for display.
Yeah, kind of like a hotel feel almost.
Yeah.
Like,
And this is basically, it's a condo over by Notre Dame, and they said it's basically nothing but a glorified hotel room for them.
Right.
Because it's very small.
Yeah, and that's the kind of what I've been in hotels that have had that kind of setup.
Yeah.
Like in a city,
Similar.
like a city hotel room type
Yep.
thing. And what were you going to say, Joel?
No, nothing.
But so they're approving the drawings right now so that we can get that done before football season.
So you walked in with everybody had to be creative immediately. Thank you so much for listening. We'll catch us next week on Measure Twice.
Podcasts by Federated Media.